Y'all, there is only one reason that we would drop everything we're doing out here on the farm and in the garden, and that is this. Y'all, pool season's here. Pool season is in full swing out here with the honeymooners. Loretta's so happy. She's been working on that summer body all spring, maybe a little bit in the fall. She's ready. She's ready for pool season, I can tell you that. And of course, we got her and Gus's little mud spa built over here now. So these guys are ready for the summer. Aren't y'all, Gus? Is that right, Gus Bus? And Miss Loretta, she's been in the spa already this morning. Look at there. Sure has. Girl, you're gonna be beautiful in that pool. But what is going on, y'all? Jason over here at Cog Hill Farm. Me and Brooke are out early this morning getting all the chores done.
Good morning, ladies. Are y'all waiting to go in or are you coming out? Scott says you're coming out. Let's see how many eggs we have. If y'all will be so kind and either move out of the way or go in the nesting box. What will it be? Come on, ladies. I see some ladies in there. That's probably gonna mean we've got a few eggs. Oh yeah, look at there. Let's get a basket and get these beauties loaded up.
So we've had lots of rain. Not major storms, and really good rain. I like this type of rain. There's no warnings going off or nothing like that. We just had rain chances of around 60+% every day except today. We got a break today, and it is a beautiful day today, to say the least. She was tired of Gus's manners, I reckon. But I think it's nearly 100% chance to rain tomorrow. So there's some things that I want to do today in preparation for the rain coming up. Gus, are you that bad of a sloppy eater that Loretta just moved her whole plate and everything over here? I know you snore loud. We've heard that. Goodness gracious. He snores like, whew, don't he, girl? Yeah. Big moo man out here relaxing, chewing that cud. Sure is. What's up, Big Mo? What's up, Big Mo? But yeah, they lay down and chew their cud. That's when you know they're really relaxed. They're chill. We're we're just chilling like a villain out here. Uh-oh. Look here. Thank goodness for the bracelet. Oh, goodness. Now, a lot of y'all have been tagging me into little gas pumps. That people are attaching gas pumps or gas pump nozzles to their water hoses. Because y'all know when you're filling up the gas in your car, it detects when the gas is close to the end there, and it clicks, it cuts off, which is a brilliant idea. I think that's awesome. That is a brilliant idea. The only thing is that I would think, number one, Moody especially, I don't think it would last a week here. I really don't. I think he would tear it up some kind of way. He would tear it up. I really, really do. So, brilliant idea. Plus, those things they're not cheap. And y'all, so far since I have done the whole bracelet thing, putting the bracelets on the water nozzles, I have yet to leave a water on. And I haven't forgot to put the electric fence on either. The bracelets were working for us, and they're cheap. What do you get, like a whole bag of them for a couple of bucks? I will say that these fly traps are working. They're working. There's a bunch of flies in each of them, but there's a reason why I have shied away from them fly traps over the years, and they start to smell, but that smell attracts the flies. And we have tried everything. We've tried the wasp, we've tried garlic, we tried the garlic salt blocks, we've tried the garlic feed, we've tried, oh gosh, I don't know. None of it's worked. None of it's worked. Maybe if you did a combination of it all, you know, maybe you put garlic on their feed and did the garlic salt block and do the spray and do the fly traps and did the wasp. Maybe if all that would work. But man, whew, I kind of gets complicated. I don't want to complicate things, Moody. I just don't. And kind of gets expensive. Those wasps are nearly about $100 a month, depending on, you know, what size of property you got. But so far, we're doing okay. Y'all can see, I told you that other medicine I put on Moody, it works. I mean, there's a couple of flies on him, but nothing like it was. Works. And you know, we tried the coconut oil thing last year too, and it didn't work, but it also wasn't super successful either. That's just been our whole thing with it. All right, Moody, here you go, buddy. All right, boys, let's go. All right, so made a feed run. We got to go unload all our feed this morning before we can get started on what I want to try to get done today. What I want to do today, or what my plans are today, number one, today is the day before the middle of the month. And so every 4 to 6 weeks, I fertilize my roses. So I got to get that done because we got some rain coming in. Also, every other month, I like to fertilize the fruit orchard. And then there's some trees that we just recently planted that we also like to fertilize every month for that first year. So I'm going to get that done today. And we have got to get some stuff done in the garden. We need to trellis tomatoes. We need to trellis pole beans. There's a lot that needs to be done. I need to weed because I haven't weeded in the garden since I've planted it, and it is getting pretty daggone bad. Biscuit, I appreciate you supervising me getting the feed done today, girl. I really do. You have been definitely paying attention to Peaches a lot. Just saying. So today's a big day here on the property itself, including the gardens. It is the middle of the month, so it's time to fertilize our roses for sure. I do that every 4 to 6 weeks. I kind of watch the weather and see when I can time it, when the rain comes. Then it is time to get back in the garden. But so many of y'all wanted me to take y'all along every time I kind of do something to the roses. Well, today is fertilizer day. Let me show you what we're going to use. For the roses, I'm going to use Rose Tone, which is an organic rose fertilizer. I like using this one. I got some more of this over in the other greenhouse, but I use a fruit, citrus, and pecan tree food for the fruit orchard, and mainly because it has some little extra things like zinc in it that your fruit trees need. So that's why I like to use this. Now, that's after my fruit trees are 1 year old. I use this fertilizer. From 0 weeks old to 1 year, I use just a basic fertilizer. Anything that you kind of want to use, triple 8, triple 10, triple 13, all of it can be organic. That's what I use because in that first year, I'm worried about roots. I'm not worried about fruit. All I'm worried about is getting this tree established for the following years. So we'll do that as well on those trees, and I'll get into all that later. But for right now, let's go take care of our roses. Now, I will fertilize my roses like this all year up until September. We're going to stop in September because they're done for the year, and we want them to go into their dormant state. Hey, Tuck Tuck, how you doing, girl? You gonna have me fertilize today? Get them roses even more prettier, right? Yeah, yeah, almost as pretty as you. Look, I want to show y'all the growth. All right, so I cut some of this rose back probably 2 weeks ago, and y'all look at this thing. Unreal. Is that not unreal? I gotta start wrapping that around. Gotta start wrapping these guys around my pole here. The American pillars are almost done for the year, so this is a spring bloomer. It's an old antique rose, and it's gonna be done. But I should have shown y'all the drift roses because, let's see, I can show y'all right here. Before we get into fertilizing these guys, if I don't fall. All right, look at this one. So about 3 days ago, all of them look like this. And you're thinking, oh, they're done for the year. Oh, well, they're not. You can see the second flush is starting to come on. Now, this is a repeat bloomer. If I wanted to, I could come in and dehead all these, but y'all, it really does not affect it, as you can see. I'll show you these guys probably next week, and they're gonna have just hoodles of blooms on them again. But a lot of times on your repeat bloomers, you can cut them back or cut the blooms off, deadhead them after they bloom, and get some more flowers. But y'all, I mean, I got so many of these for one, I just don't think I'd have the time. But these drift roses, I have found that it's not that necessary. It keeps on keeping on all year long. And if you are using, I use my hands, so I'm going to wear gloves, especially with this organic fertilizer, because it has an odor to it, and your hands will smell like that at least for 24 hours. At least for 24 hours. It's not like just an awful smell, but it's not pleasant either. But on my roses, when they're, pretty good size, y'all, I just take a handful, just about like this right here. And that's it. And I'm just gonna spread it around. I'm not worried about my mulch or anything. I'm just gonna put it around the base. And that's it, y'all. Y'all see Brooks doing her thing today. She's gonna help me later though when we get into the garden. It's definitely a tag team to keep up with this place. it's a good bit of work. Oh, y'all look at the window boxes. Aren't they beautiful? They really are beautiful. I still got to get another salvia for that one. So here we are in the fruit orchard, and I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do. We're going to use our fruit fertilizer on everything except the new trees. This is a new tree. You can totally see the difference between this one and the rest of them. This one is going to get our general all-purpose fertilizer, and we're going to do this one every single month. The rest of them are going to get a fruit tree fertilizer, and we're going to do it every other month. Look at the apples. Look at the apples, y'all. Look at that. I'm so excited about the apples. And the same thing, I'm just going to take me a little handful and put it around the base of the tree. All right. Let's go do this, Holly. Let's go do this. Trellising tomatoes is one of them things that everybody has their favorite way of doing it. Everybody. Each gardener has their own way of doing it. The way I like to do it is cattle panels. The cattle panels are reusable every single year. It only takes a few minutes to get it set up. It's not too much work with it. It's easy to trellis tomatoes on the cattle panels once they get going. I've tried, mockingbirds are fussing. I've tried them all. I've tried every trellising type thing, from cages to the weave system to, you name it, I've done it. Bamboo sticks, stakes. I always go back to the cattle panels. Last year I tried the weave again, and y'all, I just don't like it. I do not like it. It takes just too long, in my opinion. Now I know there's people that love it, and there's people that love the way they trellis their tomatoes. But here, the way I like to trellis them is the cattle panels. Now my got lima beans that are pole beans, and typically the way I did it at the old farm is I put in 2 posts at the end of my beds, and I run me a wire all the way from one end to the other. And I got these, it was actually a cabinet shop, and they had these leftover, like 1 by or 2 by scraps of wood, and I just set them up on that wire all the way down and kind of made like a little teepee. And I put those skewers, I say skewers, I put those little 2 by 2 or 1 by 1 post at every plant. And it would climb up that little scrap piece of wood all the way to the top of my wire I had going across there. We've moved, and I don't know of a cabinet shop around here that has those. And he would sell you a pallet for like $10. It was really, really cheap. You could only use them for a year because they eventually would rot because they were untreated. But I loved that system too. But this year, I want to try growing my beans on a cattle panel. Let me know in the comments down below if you ever grown your pole beans on a cattle panel like this. Let me know, because I would love to know if that's how you do it and if you like doing it that way. And y'all, just look at the garden. Look at our zinnias. If you missed that little short reel I made about clipping your zinnias back and getting more full and twice as many blooms, but the only downside is it, you know, delays your blooming for about a week or two. But look at the zinnias now, how much better they are now. But just look how thick the zinnias are now. Look at them versus just that one little stem that came up. And this all happened because I clipped them back right there before that first bloom ever bloomed. Or if that first bloom gets like this, clip it back. You want this thing to split up like this and give you the more bang for your buck, I should say. But the garden is looking magnificent. Look at the African blue basil, which is planted for the bees more than anything. Y'all remember what these things looked like? They were just little old sprigs and did not look good at all. Look at our sunflowers coming on, already starting to bloom. I saw one of our buddies right there. Hello, Miss Ladybug. Look at here. Anyways, we got these beautiful sunflowers already coming up. We even got some squash. Look at here. We got some squash coming on. This is the teddy bear sunflower, or the sun gold sunflower, very similar. But just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous out here. Plus, last week I planted the watermelons, the lima pole beans, and the bush beans, and I planted them in, you can see our sunflowers, this bed here. I planted all that over here in this bed. You can see our watermelons are doing great. And I got some extra spots here. The watermelons are gonna get really big, so they need some room, but I got this area over here, and we may do something else over here. We are gonna plant pumpkins and winter squash, but we're gonna do that in this bed over here once I find the piece to the tiller. If you don't watch the live stream, I've kind of lost something, but I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. But once we get these trellises put up for the tomatoes and the pole beans, I want to see if we can get our pink eye purple hull peas planted today as well. So I just realized we got a little dilemma. I can't reach the top to pound the steak in. We're gonna improvise though. We're gonna use the side by side. I'm gonna stand in the back of it so I can pound these poles down.
I thought of one or two solutions.
What?
You could either get on my shoulders or use the beep beep. And I decided the beep beep would be better.
Glad you did. I can't see getting on your shoulders. So we'll just get it down here first.
Okay.
Let me know when you get to the end.
All right.
Perfect. All right, you let go of it. All right, so we got the tomato trellis installed. Now, if you want a beauty contest, you may not like this type of trellising, cause unless you're a perfectionist, to get out there with a level and level everything and get your poles straight. But what happens to us is we use these cattle panels for everything, and these are probably 10 plus years old, so they're not perfectly straight. They're kind of wavy because we've moved them and warped them and turned them, so it goes like this down our row. But I don't see no sense in buying brand new cattle panels just to have a perfectly straight, you know, row. My tomatoes are growing the wavy ones just as good as they'll grow on them straight ones. It just looks like my cattle panels may have had a couple of Budweisers, you know, but you know, it's hot outside. Maybe they wanted a Budweiser.
Are we going halfway?
Yeah, I kind of got it marked on that one, I think, right there. That's good. So y'all, there's one thing that we had to take a break from gardening, and y'all can hear them. It's feeding time. Oh, they're ready to see their number 2 mama. Mama's coming. Number 2 mama's coming. She's coming. All right, y'all in for a treat, because Brooke don't even need my help. She gonna feed all 3 of these babies at one time.
All 3 babies. All right.
Hey, baby.
Everybody's got to line up.
Let her line up.
Come on, babies, line up. Laura, it's time to line up. Now.
Oh my goodness, y'all.
They know how to line up. This one's on top of that one.
I see that.
I did not know that when they lined up.
That's old Curtis.
Well,
Curtis said, move over, Red.
we might need to correct this.
Let's see here. Come here, Kurt. There you
Now,
go.
there we go. Now y'all are lined up properly.
That's right. Now, there's some people say that you can build this thing, you know, but you don't want to build it. You love feeding them.
I like watching their little reactions and feeding babies.
Yeah. You just a lot of fun and enjoyment.
My heart and soul goes into feeding these babies.
There you go. They watch their little tails. Watch them.
Isn't that right, babies?
There they go, look.
Isn't that right, babies?
Look at those little tails.
And their little eyes, they just close because they love their milk so much. Yes, good stuff, isn't it, baby? It's so good. Y'all are going to take a good nap after this. A well-deserved nap. And we're up to 16 ounces per baby.
Wow.
3 times a day. Y'all are almost done.
That's
Little
amazing.
Red's got a little foam coming outside of his mouth.
Little Red throwing it down. Laura is too.
Laura's usually the first one finished.
Really?
How, I don't know, but
Oh, Laura.
yep, she's
Laura's
finished.
done. Then there goes Red.
Red.
Kurt ain't far. Oh,
And Curtis, he wants to go low for
he
some
does.
reason.
He goes so low,
Red, I
y'all.
think you got it all, baby. There it is.
Yeah.
That's all. Now let Curtis finish.
Come on, Kurt.
All right, that's a good boy. Yes, sir. You got all that milk. Yes, you 3 little babies.
Oh, goodness.
3 good babies. Yes, sir. Sweet babies. Yeah.
Oh, Curtis.
I don't know why y'all couldn't just come in the house. No spots, huh?
I was thinking, well, they could. In about a week, they'll be out of the house.
Wouldn't last long.
You remember Tip lived in the house for a good little minute.
He did. He did.
Started jumping on the kitchen counter.
That's when we had to do something. And
Sure
they're about
did.
to that level.
They're
right
getting
now.
close.
All right, back to work.
Hey, Biscuit. Hey, girl. Hey, Peaches. Peaches, don't dock us for coming in here and feeding them babies, you know, from knocking off on the garden. Okay? You know what I mean? I mean, they are babies. I know you got a big heart. Speaking of, y'all. Speaking of, the day I'm recording this video is Peach's Gotcha Day. 9 years ago on this day, Peaches came into our life. And oh my gracious, has she been just pure joy for us and for so many people out there. So happy Gotcha Day, boss lady. Right there, that's some pig. Y'all see that? That's what it says. One of Peach's big fans made that for her.
That's just what you are, ain't it, girl?
She sure is.
Some pig. You see, she's just about used all the shavings.
Yeah. Have you noticed, though, how she's kind of spread them out since it's gotten hot?
Yeah, she has.
This bed was up high when it was cooler, but I've noticed she's starting to kick them out.
Well, she's turned a different way, too.
I bet she gets a lot more air that way.
Probably.
She ain't no dummy.
Well, she's some pig.
She's some pig.
That's right.
Now, back to our regularly scheduled program.
I am good.
All right, everybody, we got it. We got it done. Well, like I said, I've never done it like this before. I don't see why it would not work, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so next up, we're gonna try to get our pink eye purple hull peas in the ground. This is one of our top 3 favorite vegetables to grow. We're still eating off the ones we had last year. We freeze dried them, or we blanched them and froze them, and we freeze dried some too, didn't we? So we got some pink eye purple hulls. We're still eating on from last year.
We're getting down to the bottom of them.
We're getting down to the nitty gritty. So, got to plant some more. And y'all, I absolutely did nothing to these. I never do anything. I don't fertilize them. I don't water them. They just love the South. They love our climate. They love our soil. And that's why it's so popular here. If you don't know what a pink eye purple hull is, it's similar to a black eye pea. Very similar. But we love them down here. And I'm growing the Mississippi variety because it did so well last year. We got to get this tarp off first, though.
I'm going to have to back up right where you are.
Okay. Hopefully there's no snake living under here. Hopefully.
Which way you think?
I think go that way because the wind, we'll be going with the wind. I don't want to fight the wind.
The wind's doing the work for us.
I know it. All right, so I got my cultivator on back of the tractor. This is what I make my rows with. This saves me so much time of getting stakes out and string and pulling a string, and it also kind of helps with the weeds a little bit because I know where my rows are. Sometimes when I plant seeds, weeds will come up and then I get confused as what's a weed and what's something I planted. So it does help out. All right, let's get to work. Brooke's cutting the grass over here. It needed it. All right, now it's time to plant the seeds. I'm going to use my Hall seeder. I love this thing when I got this much seed to plant. And it worked really, really well last year. So I'm hoping I get the same results again this year. What it'll do is it digs the hole, drops the seed, and covers it up. It's pretty daggum awesome. And it's way quicker than doing it by hand. I can promise you that. It's gonna take me probably 5 minutes to do this. Probably less than 5 minutes. All right, y'all, me and Holly, we got the pink eye purple hull peas in. So now, let's see if we can't finish this day up by weeding this garden out. So So this is how I do it. Get my Hoss wheelie plow and I run through the rows. Now, if you get on a routine, which I'm going to do, and I'm going to get on my organic spraying routine, this probably after the rain. I don't want to spray now. I could spray today, but this rain system coming in, it's going to last another 3 days, and we're talking 3 to 6 inches of rain. It's really not going to do much good. But I'm going to get on my routine. Say like every Tuesday, I'm going to weed and spray. And if you get on that routine, it's very crucial, because if you get on that routine, it becomes a habit. And that's the thing with weeding and using organic pesticides, is that it is a proactive step. It's not a reactive step. If I wait till these weeds get too crazy, this Hoss wheelie plow is not going to do me much good, and I'm going to have to take some drastic measures. Same with organic pesticides. If you wait until you have an issue, most of the time, organic pesticides are not going to help you because it's too late. They're just not strong enough if you get an infestation. So that's key to when you're weeding and using organic pesticides. You got to be proactive, not reactive. Whew. I tell y'all what, that's a workout right there now. I'm not gonna lie. Going between them rows with that plow is a workout. It'll get your blood flowing, get some air in your lungs, and that's one reason that I like doing it. But I may tinker with something in between these rows this year if I got time. We'll see. We'll see. Done out here in the garden today, I would say we had a very successful day today. But y'all know what time it is? It's time to feed them babies again. And I know y'all don't want to miss that. Right, Holly? You ready to go feed them babies again? That's right. Nothing cuter. What's going on, Mama?
Not much. What's going on with you?
Oh, look at the mamas.
Got 3 babies. Come on.
There they are. Hey, babies. Hey, babies.
Here we go.
Oh, my goodness. It's supper time.
We kind of like dogs, Daddy.
They are kind of like dogs.
We kind of like dogs. So I don't know 3 dogs that could line up like this.
That is. They're so well trained.
Thank you.
They're right, Biscuit.
Biscuit said some days she helps, some days she doesn't.
Is that right?
But
So well trained.
they got it down.
Goodness gracious.
We love our milk, and we love Mama number 2. And I'm so thankful they do.
Oh my gracious.
Fifi said every mama needs a break every now and then.
That's right. That right, Fifi?
They okay.
You watching them? Mama number 2 gonna take care of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Mama number 2's got it.
Remember?
Yeah, Mama number 2's got it.
Curtis in the wind.
Curtis got through first.
He's almost through. The red with his deflated bottle's almost through. Little Laura's in last place.
Laura was first place last time.
And Curtis sneezes after every bottle. When he gets finishes, he sneezes.
That's a milk sneeze, ain't it, Curtis?
That's good stuff, isn't it, baby?
That means it was good.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
He said they want to play with you.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness.